Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run, and I'm here with Tony from Skechers. Tony, what's your title at Skechers?
Senior Director of Product Development.
All right, so in the past, you may have seen us interview Kurt. You've kind of taken over for Kurt's role.
Yeah, big shoes, as they say, to fill. He's
he
still
probably
around.
He probably does have big shoes.
He's like an 11 or so. He keeps telling us. I don't know.
That's bigger than mine.
Yeah.
So before we get started on some of the shoes, I'd love to talk about some of your technology, some of the things that you guys really kind of pioneered, what we call Supercritical foams now with your Hyperburst. And it was like one of the first shoes that we saw was, I believe it was the Razor, was one of the first ones that we got a hold of. And can we just show people the puck here?
Yeah. So this is what we started with, is like basic EVA.
This isn't, what you're looking at is not a mini shoe like a demo. This is actually what goes into a machine, blows up, they fill it with nitrogen.
Nitrogen and carbon dioxide.
And it turns into...
goes jumbo.
This. So you can see this is nice and light. This is hard. So before we get into that, this is what we're using in most of the Skechers shoes, right?
In the running line, we're using a lot of the shoes are supercritical foam. Yes, so you can get the Hyperburst sensation. A big improvement is you take a basic EVA and you supercritical foam it. You get this. You improve the cell structure of the EVA. You make it have more bounce to it. So the properties of the foam are greatly improved.
All right, and you guys use two different types of supercritical foam. We've got one that's EVA based, and then we have one that is
TPU based, and this is brand new for us. The Razor 4 is the first one with 100% TPU based starter. Then we supercritical foam it, and you get the higher resiliency foam.
All right, great. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the daily trainers and some of the shoes that most people are going to be using for the majority of their miles. We're going to talk about the Ride and the, what's the other one we're going over? Max Road.
Max Road.
Yeah, so why don't we pull up the Ride here?
So this is a ladies version of the Ride, so Ride 11. So a couple of big things here is improvements, you could say, or changes that we've made from the 10 to the 11th is on the inside of the shoe, we are going with a much softer, more plush ride for our supercritical foaming process. So when we went softer on the inside, our outside carrier is a firmer base. So there's about 10 degrees of difference between these two. So you're talking 38 and 47, 48 here. We want this to make sure we're containing somebody in the shoe so that you're not getting wobble or anything like that when you run in it.
All right, so for our runners out there, what this means is you get a soft, plush feel when you're landing, but it doesn't get sloppy and wiggly all over the sides because it's held in there. This is it blown out. You can see a more dense foam on the outer rim, and then in the core you get a softer feeling from the Hyperburst. Am I doing all right?
You're doing it, yeah.
All right, cool.
Because you're getting up, we want the ride experience in the past, we felt like we were missing a bit of that plushness. So that's what we really tried to work on. And that's not only with the foams, but the entire build of the shoe. We did an internal study to look at what's our step-in comfort compared to the rest of the real competitors out there that we all have. So we've really worked on the feel of the shoe, the collar foam, the tongue foam, and then what you're getting to actually have a sock liner. So this is a supercritical foamed sock liner that someone gets also.
Oh wow!
So this is TPEE. So what's that?
I don't know.
For a lot of folks, you'll hear DuPont say Hytril.
Mm-hmm.
Hytril is TPEE. They're then formulating it slightly different, but their base foam is TPEE.
Okay, and what does that mean in layman's term? I'm just getting a nice soft step-in feel?
This has more resiliency, has more durability than a basic EVA-based sock liner foam.
Okay,
Same as we did with the midsole, we're putting your foot right on a supercritical foam.
So the idea is to give a more luxurious feel, a softer feel, a more comfort feel right out of the box.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
The great thing that you get with these, though, is I think sometimes comfort can connotate, or people think that the foam isn't going to be durable. These foams are very durable, and they all have great resiliency.
Yeah. And resiliency, sometimes we talk about energy return. That's what you're talking about.
The bounce that the foam is giving back to you from the shoe.
All right, so let's get in here. We've got the ride. What number ride are we on now? What is
this? Is
11?
Ride 11. Yeah.
Jeez, it keeps going. All right, so ride 11. Oh, that makes sense now. Yeah, ride 11. You guys are doing sequential order. All right, awesome.
We're trying.
So we got the ride 11. This is the women's model.
Yep.
And this one also has the rim and core style.
This has the ride 11, and we'll talk about Max Road 6 in a minute. It has the H plate, the carbon-infused H plate in the front to make sure that you're getting...
We've got the H plate right there. Let's take a look at it.
So you can see it. It'll upside down, but
oh, wow.
You can go just like that.
It's almost like a little bit like a wishbone. Can you hold that up for the camera?
Yeah.
All right. So what this does is you've got two independent, basically, suspensions for the plate, and it's going down the lateral and medial side. And are we finding that it's giving that pop, the energy, the toe off?
It does two things. Just like a car has a suspension, so that you don't get over wobble in your car. You're doing the same thing with this going down the shoe, and you're getting some level of snap to come out of the shoe. You're getting toe off that's helping you toe off. You've made a soft foam. We don't want it to get kind of like slushy that you can't get out of it. So the carbon-infused H-plate is helping you get out of the front of the shoe very nicely.
Okay. And the stack on this shoe is now what the Max Road used to be. So if you like the Max Road, this is going to have a similar feel to the old Max Road, and the Max Road has actually gotten softer, or higher stack.
The higher stack in the Max Road, we went up another 4 millimeters.
So here's the Max Road, very spongy. We just tried it on, we walked around a little bit. The rocker in this is what I really noticed. It has a very, I'd say, aggressive rocker feel. So you're getting a big bump. They used to call it the M Strike. It's no longer called that. What do we call it now?
Hyper Arc.
Hyper Arc. And this again has the same setup. This is the actual midsole part for this. You just saw the H plate, and the ride on this is going to be
another 4 millimeters higher than we are in the ride 11.
And who would you say this shoe compares to? Like if you were going to say a competitor?
It's your max cushioning from anybody.
Okay.
I don't want to call out brands, but whoever you're talking to that says this is our max stack height shoe, that's where we're trying to compete with this shoe.
Okay.
It's that you've done maybe a really hard interval day or hard fartlek day, and you need something that's really going to treat your body nicely. You want that plush, comfortable ride that you're going to go out and do whatever. It could be from 2 miles to 10 miles in, but you're going to come back and you've run that far. The true sensation is that the shoe has gently massaged or gently treated your legs nicely to go do that ride. Yeah.
Ride 11, April 15th, 120. Great. And then for the Max Road?
April 15th again, and
515, 140.
515. So it's May 15th, 140. Lots of cush. All right, cool. So let's look at some Fast Day shoes.
Fast Day is where we move from using an EVA-based foam to a TPU-based foam. And a really amazing one here is 100% TPU. The TPU that we're using comes from the auto industry. So think about certain parts of like a bumper on a car. It needs a lot of rebound to it.
Dashboard.
So this is, think about a bumper.
I'll go with a bumper.
You kind of bump in, but you don't want your bumper to have that bump when you oops into something.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of reflex back.
So the difference between an EVA Supercritical and this one is what? Like, why is this one in the speed shoe and not the other one?
The responsiveness that you get from this, and you can get slightly lighter weight. Okay. So you still get amazing compression set. The foam will not pack out fast. You get more resiliency to this, and you get a lighter weight shoe. And the amazing thing here is the midsole is 100% aliphatic TPU.
All right.
You'll find it's the more complex your starter material is, then it gets more complex to be able to blend it and get it to foam. So as you're doing interviews, ask what's your percentage of whatever it is someone's saying that it is.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So you've got Razor 4. Stack heights are the same as the Razor XS. So we wanted to take the Razor 3 and the XS and try to blend them together to get back to one shoe that you could do fast day training and racing in.
It did get kind of confusing when you guys had so many different versions of the same shoe. So it's great to see that you're packing it into one shoe.
Well, when you're making a line, sometimes you're trying to get to very specific to a consumer set or a racer set that you're working towards. So that's what born the excess.
Right.
And then we kind of receded back, and we're like, well, let's pull these back together to give one amazing shoe for everybody. So this is out in the market right now.
Okay.
And it's already been reviewed by a couple of the magazines out there.
Okay,
we'll say.
the magazines.
Yeah. So
130.
yeah,
130?
130.
All right, great.
100% TPU, amazing fit for the upper. This is a blend, poly mono blend, so it's a little bit softer than some of the stuff that we've done in the past. And the other cool thing here is the company that we work with, this is a really low water based dyeing process. It pretty much uses like no water to do it,
awesome.
to transfer the ink onto the textile. So you keep it, why? What's the big deal? Yes, we save water, hugely important for the planet, but you keep the textile nice and soft. So the runner's going to feel this nice, soft material wrapping around their foot.
So let's go on to this guy. This looks exciting.
So the Speed Beast is our new high-end racing shoe. And we really tried to come at this with a little bit different angle. You have super shoes. We know that they're all around this building right now. We tried to come with a different proposition. We're with the guys that are about probably 215 to 245 marathoner, and we're providing a lot more durability with your outsole. We're providing a lot more width in the forefoot and in the heel.
So stability is important on this one.
And especially this plate is max. You're getting super lightweight, but you're getting a lot of stability with this carbon-infused plate.
And this is not like the H plate. This is a little different.
It is the H plate with
a winged H plate.
Yeah, it's a winged H plate, which the amazing thing here is like the rigidity to this, to the weight ratio is just crazy.
That's right. So two sides of this on either side of the shoe.
Yeah, and the resiliency and the snap that you're getting from this shoe is unprecedented. You know,
all right.
This is like a growth out of like you had Speed Freak and so on. It's bigger brother.
All right, cool.
So why 215 to 245? It's that you're starting to break down later in a marathon. This shoe should help you, that your form should hopefully be helped by the way we put this shoe together, that it's going to help you through those last few miles by having, this is maximum stack height and still be world certified, and much more foam underneath you than you're getting from some other folks.
All right, is this one available yet?
This one's available in February.
And do we know the price tag? 200 to 250. They still haven't decided, but we'll put some pressure on them. Maybe we can get them down 200.
We're working towards that because it's like the proposition that we got to come out with something that's going to compete with the whole rest of the industry.
Yeah. All right. Well, that covers up our Skechers review here at the running event. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to tell us before we go?
Get in our shoes, take them for a test drive, and hopefully buy them.
All right. Awesome. Thanks a lot.